Alright, this is a voice-over recording analysis commentary of a match between myself and Tyler Stafford. It's a Salotto rated match. This is the second set of 2 sets playing at my house. He broke, made a ball. He has a shot on the 1. I might try to play down to the end rail under the 7. Try to use inside, I think, to hold the line. So now where the 1 is, I think I'm just going to cut it with left English and try to play it slow speed as much as possible. A little bit too thin, ended up leaving him a pretty tough shot. So here you can thin off the right side of the 1. Another shot I like to do here is to play rail first with right English and try to kick it in because it's close to the rail. You got to play your speed a little bit different there though for the 2, so maybe that's not the right shot here, but other times. You could also bank the ball to the right and have your cue ball go by the 4. Also, this shot is a good shot. Thin off the right side. Almost got safe. This here I'm just trying to make the 1 come down to the end rail, I think, for a shot on the 2. Thought maybe I might hit the top of the 3 ball and that would have pushed the cue ball out into the middle of the table more for that shot on the 2, so I didn't mind going down into that window. Here I'm going to play a little bit of left English. Try to hold the cue ball just slightly. Play the speed. I like drawing back here and then playing the 4, cutting the 4 to the left and playing 3 rails around for the 5. The 5 does not cross the 9, so it's most likely going to be a safety shot here. Played that pretty good. I was actually hoping to bump the 5 slightly to develop it. Pretty close. So I think I'm going to try to run into the 5 when I make the 4 in the side, to try to break it out off the 9. Barely missed it. That left me with the angle to play the safety. It's tough to remember exactly what I did here. I'd like to use the 9 as a blocker, but it might be such that the 9 is going to be... Yeah, I think I thin off of both balls, or I try to bump the 9 on purpose. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I just played, because they were so close together. I shot the 5 straight into the 9, just a little bit so that it would go down table, and then I used the angle to just go with the cue ball down table. It's a pretty good safety opportunity a lot of times when the balls are close together. If you can shoot one into the other and it won't go very far, it's easier to predict where it's going to end up. Kicking underneath, it's a good shot. Probably going to play safe again here. A little bit softer than I want. Ideally, you get to the end rails. You don't leave the cut at all. Sometimes I play roughly a stop shot there so that I can play 2 rails. Playing 2 rail out for the 8 ball. Just a stop shot, so you're roughly straight in. A little bit of stun, actually. Alright, it's 1-0, my break. pretty good. I left myself straight in on the 2 here on the break, leaving me pretty much a difficult shot on the 3 if I try to draw back. So I think I opt to go forward. And then play short side. Let's play this to the side rail. And then back to the middle of the table. Just a little bit of high ball. Just checking my angles here on the 6. See exactly where I need to be. Just trying to be a little bit straighter than that. Just slow roll this ball in. I should be able to shoot the 7 the corner and then play 1 rail back to the middle of the table. Just trying to stay in control of the rack. Take in enough time, but not too much time or too less time. Some shots it takes a little bit longer to think about what's going to happen. Missed the 8. Pretty unfortunate. I think I needed to just take my time there a little bit more and find my contact point. Pretty unnecessary. Cut this in the side. I think it leaves me a bank shot. Wasn't super comfortable on that 9 ball bank. It took a lot of extra time. Good shot. Be 1-1 now. Pretty good break there. Six ball's a little bit tricky here, so I'm not sure. I might play the 5 and then go 2 rails to the short side to play it all the way down past the side pocket. I don't think it goes in the side. I could play the 4 off the 6. I think if I was going to do that, I'd hit it with some good pace and try to get the cue ball to come back around. Missed it, but didn't leave me much, so I'm going to play safety. I'm just going to cut the 4 down under the 6 to the end rail and try to leave the cue ball behind it. The 6 ball. Hit the point, but kind of got away with it. I guess I could have scratched there if I did it harder, but I thought that was just going to hit the rail and then go right behind the 6, so this is actually almost easier. Although I think he might be hooked on the point, so maybe not. Got ball in hand. Just going to play 2 rails back to the middle of the table. Try to control the middle of the table for these 4 shots. Here I could go forward and play the 7 in the side, but I feel like where the 9 is at, and then the 7, the tangent line from the 7 shooting into the corner sends the cue ball right down to the rail where I want to hit for the 9. So I cheat the pocket a little bit to get the stop shot angle so I can play exactly from this spot. And now I just have to punch over to get down table. Pretty good position. Just standard cut here. Score's 2-1 now. Could roll out here, but I think the jump shot is maybe aggressive. The 4-7 is tied up, so I can use the 8 here to pocket the 2 in the side, or I can just go cleanly in. So it's kind of a big pocket. So I use that benefit to try to be able to hit the ball a little bit harder. Now I'm trying to play 3 rails here. Side rail, end rail, and then come back up. But I actually ended up with the bank shot. I was trying to play for the cut shot. Trying to create something there. Pretty good from here. Just make the 4 go forward. Pretty good. Just got to find your stroke here on the 9-footer. Get your speed right and all that, and it makes the game a lot easier. It's 2-2. Move your brake spot again, dry brake. Just kind of played all out to make the one there. Didn't give it a great hit. I played the speed such that it wouldn't leave a shot. I also needed to bump the 3 ball in order to have a shot on the 2, so there was that. And there was no simple safety there. Maybe cutting off the right side of the 1, banking the 1 towards the 4, and then playing the cue ball under the 9 by going 2 rails. Just played that high ball. Try to get down table to give myself an easier cut. So this is just draw and lift to try to come above the 3. I got a little bit thin here, so I'm trying to play 2 rails back to the same side that it's at right now. Got away with it. Pretty good here now. I just got to control the 6 speed, get roughly straight in on the 7. Slightly below, it's okay. Just roll this in. Draw it over to the side. Three to 2 now. My break. Just trying to make the 1 on the side. The wing ball, and then normally 1 other ball. So it's a lot of times you get 2 or 3 balls if you hit it properly. Just make the 1 and play for the 2 in the corner. Unless it's a little bit steeper, and then maybe I'll play for the side. back 3 rails back around for the 5. Hit that way too hard. I'm just going to draw to the side rail and back for the 6. Pretty difficult shot. You just got to concentrate on your aiming. Made it but did not get shape. I bank on the 6 here, and I think I'm playing high ball and right English to try to play for the 7. I think it ends up making me miss the 6 with the different spin. Yeah, I kind of jabbed at that. So this is basically stop, stop, out here. It's coming up to the table. You got to be confident now. Good out. Played the 9 control really well. It's 3-3. Some good pace on that rack. Use a little bit of English there, maybe. Threw it off. Threw it offline a little bit. Pretty good shot on the 1 there. Then I'm just going to try to play the side pocket and then back. Play the window between the 5 and the 8. Or I'll try to cut it in the corner. Just because the window was already there. Tangent line played perfectly. A little bit of high ball and right. I was elevated there and did not hit that stroke very good. So I'm just gonna bear down and make this ball. That's the 9 is not in the way apparently to me. So I just gotta bear down and make this ball. Good stroke. A little bit straight. Cheated it too much and missed, but left me behind the 9. Just play the low bump, just barely bump it into the rail, and then ideally not leave him a shot. If you have the cueing, you can always cut off the right side of the ball as well. Pretty good shot here. It depends on the angle. So now I'm going to bank the 8 to the side rail and try to use the 9 as a blocker. I like hitting these with no English if I can. Hit it pretty good. I'm going to kick to the end rail. Could kick 2 rails. Try to make it, and kicking 2 rails to the right side of the 9, you could maybe make the ball. Definitely be an easy hit. All right, it's 4-3. My break. Kind of hit that one a little bit off center and did not make a ball. So if the 2 passes a 3, I think you just play for straight in. Then you can use a stop shot on the 2, and then the angle you leave yourself will let you come out for the 3, so you can play to the 4. Good shot. Just barely nicked the 3. So I think I'm going to have to kick underneath. Trying to kick this at the 5 and then use the 3 and the 6 as blockers. Got part of it right. If we would have bumped either the 3 or the 6, that would have been pretty good safety, I think. Still okay. Gonna make the 2, maybe bump the 5. So I don't think I can cut it in. I think the 6 is in the way. Played the bank, came up pretty close on the 3. Came out pretty good. I ended up with a shot. I like to play this for the side pocket, I think. If I had been straight in, I think I would have drawn the ball, but I think I have A little bit of angle, so I'm just going to use follow and go to the rail and come back. If I'm a little bit straighter, I just stay on that side, but if I get the angle, I'll just come across to the other side. Score's 5-3. Tyler's break. He's breaking from the middle now. Makes a ball. He's got to draw the 1 to get a shot on the 2. But from there, he's looking pretty good. Could use like maximum left here. Maybe a little bit too much pace, but I like the shot. Just gotta bear down, make the ball, play your speed. Pretty good recovery. I think if you make the 6 in the side and it bumps to 8, you're going to be okay here. You could even play for it. He's playing a little bit too much the shape there, I think. Made it. Have a shot on the 7. So I'm just going to make the ball. Come back. Probably all the way down to the end rail and back up table, just so I can put a little bit of a firmer stroke. Kind of got away with it there. The 8 was a little bit tricky, but I made a good shot. 6-3, my break. Finally getting the break dialed in a little bit better. Didn't get a good shot on the 1 there. So I'm just going to play to stun this to the side rail and back. Almost scratched. Two rail kick shot. Was trying to kick it in the side. Got close. Tyler's got a good opportunity here. Just got to take advantage of what there is. Thin this. Come up table. Good shot. Right in line. Six to 4. back to the wing brake. On this shot, I like to use a lot of right English to try to make the cue ball accelerate off the first rail, and then let that carry the cue ball the rest of the way. And get roughly into the middle of the table. Maybe slightly below so that you can cut the cue ball. Yeah, it just came up short. We get safe. 4-9 is pretty much on. So I'm hoping to kick at it at the 3 and hopefully move the 4 or the 9. I gotta widen the angle out, so I'm kind of trying to feel it. Got lucky with the shape. I'd probably get the jump cue out here. Extremely close. So I'm going to try to play for the combo on the 9. But I'm missing. Just make sure to punch this to the side rail. Touch of left English. A little bit of draw here, no big deal. Stayed pretty controlled there. Seven to 4. Made a ball, good position. Looking at playing a stun shot to create an angle so I can use the 3 to go over to the 5. Came up a little bit short of where I wanted to. Let's overcut it. Pretty good opportunity here. Looks like it's, other than it's reaching out really far. I can maintain an angle on the 6. Play through the window between the 8 and the 9 for the 7. 2 rails back around, something like that. There's an unforced error there. Trying to be too careful with the cue ball, I think. Considering bumping it, like going one rail above the 8, but I think I end up just rolling forward. Just make this ball, stun it off the rail slightly. Score's 8-4. Made one on the break. Kind of a long tester on the one. Cue ball control is pretty built in though, so it'd be okay just to make it and go forward into the end rail and then back to the middle of the table. Not necessarily the middle, the center line of the table. Or you can draw. Whatever's more comfortable. From here, I think you can play high ball, touch a right English, maybe a little bit more than a touch to go 3 rails, to shoot the 3 in the same corner. A little bit more, or this is good too, short side, punch over. Just a little bit more angle would have been good right there. Almost great. I don't think I can make it. Maybe I can. I think maybe I have to bank it. A little loose with the cue ball there. Trying to go straight down the table. Not that much cut. Played the 4 ball pretty good. It's 2 rail bank to the end rail, middle of the end rail. Just leave distance. Good shot. It left me a little bit tricky here. I think I'm going to use right English. Try to use massive inside to come up to the left of the 9. I like banking this ball and just letting the cue ball go under the 7. Good shot. Try to make sure I see the shot really well before I shoot these kick shots. Doesn't always help. So I think from here, you're almost ball in hand right here. Just follow for the 5. Probably go up table a little bit for the 6. Missed that shot with inside English. So probably say that work on your kick shots a little bit and the inside and spin shots. A couple of those would have been huge. Yeah, I'm just going to make sure to bear down and make these 2 balls. Alright, well, if you made it this far, then thanks for watching. Have a great one.